The Sanosi is back. Studios of Arizona. Breaking news. UFC 300 announcements. Dana White gives us blue balls. Plus news live with the MMA-Holes.
Wonderful.
What's going on, friends? How you doing? Hopefully everyone is wonderful. It is a Wednesday night, and tonight we're going to monitor the interwebs as Dana White is about to drop some massive news. UFC 300, another fight announcement. He was supposed to do it last night, and then he told us about Cowboy Cerrone fighting a bull.
Wonderful.
But tonight we're going to find out one of the title fights on UFC 300. I want you to take your guesses in the chat, and I want you to hit that like button right now immediately, because we are going to monitor the interwebs. We will not stop streaming until we get the announcement from the big pink boss, Dana White, the bald man himself. We're going to monitor the interwebs, and we're going to give our live reaction on air. If you're watching the replay, well, stick around, friends. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you're wearing right now. Let's give a shout out to our sponsors, mybookie.ag. The promo code is MMA-Holes for a 10% match on your first deposit. Now, unlike all these other rollover sites, in mybookie.ag, whatever you deposit in the account, if you bet that amount and that 10%, you could actually pull out your money. Oh my God, it doesn't get stuck there. No more rollover. None of that stuff over there at mybookie.ag with our promo code MMA-Holes for the 10% match. So a 10% match and you get your money back. So let's go, champs. Get your bets in. The fights are back this weekend. Use mybookie.ag. ESPN Plus is how you can watch the fights this weekend. Anyone that clicks the link in the description down below helps out the show and is
Wonderful.
So click the link and watch the fights. And that's right, the fights are back this Saturday night. It's going to be Ankalaev versus Walker 2. I guess we could say 2, right? Yeah, they're running it back. That's going down this Saturday. We're going to be discussing that card as well. And on top of the announcement by Dana White. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, this is my guess as I refresh over here. And I think a lot of people that either are massive UFC fans or a lot of people that have, accounts that want to break news are just refreshing until Dana White spits out the news.
Wonderful.
Perfectly placed. So we're going to refresh as well. I do believe that it's either a chick fight or Bilal versus Leon. It's going to be a title fight on this card. And from what he's said, it sounds like it's going to be 3 title fights on UFC 300. I think the cat's out of the bag with that. So it's supposed to be a stacked card. And we're going to find out the 3 title fights on it. Now, if they're Conor's not going to be on this card, so we can move past that. It does seem like the fight week of was it June? With the date that Conor said against Michael Chandler, it looks like that is the week that Conor will be fighting. So not on 300. So we can move past Conor on UFC 300 officially, and we're going to find out tonight who is going to be the first title fight announced at UFC 300. So this was the nonsense he announced last night. We were on our gaming stream, Gummy Gang. Go give us a follow over there if you like to watch people get high. And last night's stream was ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. But anyway, go check that out. Let's see. Amanda Nuñez versus Dylan Mulvaney. Whoa!
Wonderful.
Oh, boy. No, don't do that to us. Don't do that to us. How dare you? All right. How's everyone doing in the chat? Hopefully everyone is well. And so this is the announcement last night.
His name is Twisted Steel, and he bucks on the PBR. So what's up, guys? So for those of you that don't know, I own a bull. His name is Twisted Steel, and he bucks on the PBR. So this last weekend, he was bucking at MSG, Cowboy Cerrone was there, and Cowboy Cerrone called him out.
Yeah, we couldn't match the fight, so we're going to talk about a bull in Cowboy Cerrone. So yeah, that's the the cliff notes to that. I looked on here. Let's refresh Dana again. We're going to keep it updated on you guys. So if you are live on the stream, watching with us along, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. You hit the notification bell when things like this go down. Well, hey, we're gonna go live, and we're gonna wait for the big announcement. Let's get that done. So that's gonna happen tonight. We will not stop streaming until the announcement is said. So hopefully we don't get dicked around again. I'm gonna go to Jedi. Jedi is a great guy on X. Don't know him personally, but what I do know is that his account is wonderful. Makes life a lot easier for all of us. And here we go. So here's some of what Dana. So Dana apparently went live today. Okay, so this is not that long ago. This was what, an hour ago. Okay, and we still have not gotten the announcement yet. So here's on his live. Check it out.
First of all, Power Slap, Road to the Title, streaming right.
Like This is why people hate Power Slap. It's that simple. This is why people hate it. And listen, I like King Ryan. King Ryan's the fucking man. We ride with King Ryan. We roll with King Ryan. If he's in Power Slap, we're all about it. But it's just nonstop, bro. Like, it just never stops. We don't give a shit about Power Slap tonight. We want to know what the announcement is.
Now, for free on Rumble. The next episode. What episode is this? Episode 8?
They don't even know the episode. They're not even watching it. They're in the war room talking about real shit.
Yeah, it's episode 8.
Yeah. What episode of Power Slap we on? That show that we're supposed to promote? It's supposed to be the get all the big numbers and everything like that? Yeah, we don't watch it. What are we on?
Of Power Slap, Road to the Title, right now.
Can you stream on Clash TV? No, we cannot. Well, we've tried, but our replays on Tuesday nights. Once we are able to stream on Clash, we will stream there again. Go follow us on Clash TV. Thank you. By the way, thank you for the reminder over there. You'll see it behind me. Clash TV. Go give us a follow. Thank you for that.
Now, streaming on Rumble. Now, for all you lunatics that were...
Can you stream on Clash TV? Why not? Go on over and make an account. Go for it. Is that a Clash TV alt account in the chat? Yeah, go on over there.
Terrorizing me yesterday. Give me 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I'm going to announce another... I'm actually going to announce...
So he's saying in 20 minutes, this was an hour ago. Lie. He's going to announce?
A title fight for UFC 300.
So right off the bat, he's doing the finger thing and everything like that. He's like a title fight. So it's either a chick fight. So what are we looking at? Grasso Zhang Weili, or Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards. That... I'm guessing it's either one of those two. Those are my guesses. But let me know in the chat. I mean, we could get Pereira versus somebody out of Sanya. You mother's pussy. I don't know. Like, who knows? But let me know what you think the announcement's going to be. And once it gets dropped, and if anyone in the chat hears it before us, we will go right over there. Let me know. But this is what he said. This is the last we've heard of Dana White in the war room. Okay, keep it. His people working overtime.
A title fight for UFC 300. I'm going to announce one today, and then I'll have 2 more fights tomorrow. We literally just finished matchmaking right now. So, Power Slap, Road to the Title, streaming live, and not live, but streaming now and free.
He keeps going. Dude, you're going to make people hate you. But you know what? This is great for the UFC because we are all locked in, right? The way they're marketing this, and we're going into 297, right? That's next weekend, which I'm very excited about, and we got some surprises lined up for you leading up into those fights. But 297's next weekend. You got 298, 299, which is a banger card. 299's really good. So some really solid, tight cards moving forward, and we're talking about a card 3 away, UFC 300. So... It's pretty smart what they're doing here. They're trickling the information onto the interweb. And as they're doing that, getting all the clicks, the retweets, they're infusing Power Slap. Like, listen, I get what they're doing. I totally understand. But as a fan, it's sickening. Like, just can we separate that? Like, let Power Slap being be its own entity and give us let the UFC fans have that. So why we got to combine it so much?
Free on Rumble. Episode 8. Don't miss it. Catch up with all the episodes if you've missed them. And in less than an hour.
That's a lie, right? This was an hour ago.
I will announce one of the title fights for UFC 300. Tomorrow I'll have at least 2 more fights.
So he says tomorrow I'll have at least 2 more fights. So I'm thinking there's 3 title fights on this card. I think that's what they're going for. You didn't get Conor on there. You have a stacked card that they're putting together. You got to have UFC 300, 3 title fights. That's what I'm thinking. Let me have another screen over here where I'm refreshing. So when the news drops, I am going to. Hey Dots, if you're still there, how you doing? I just got a text. He liked Pereira versus your mother's pussy. Who do you think wins that fight? In the chat, let me know. All right, let's see. Dana White. I'm sure they're going to drop it on all the platforms. This is a big thing here. It's a big thing. UFC 300. If you are a fight fan, this is going to be an epic card that they're putting together. The year is stacked, as they like to say. No announcement yet. Let's get back to Dana.
All right? Deal?
Deal.
Stop torturing me. Stop talking about oiling me up.
By the way, I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of the oiling up thing. I've been actually using the oil up in these random live chats, and then I screenshot it and send it to my wife, and she just laughs.
Let me see. You guys are fucking maniacs.
Okay, so he's in there. This is another thing here. Okay.
Stop torturing me. Stop talking about oiling me up.
There you go. There's the buzz. Dude, Brock Lesnar versus Jim Miller. Yeah, so we're waiting. We're waiting on the big announcement. Hopefully it's not a letdown. Dude, it would be so funny, though, like, if they just hit us over the head with a fight that's a very nostalgic fight. Give me at least one of those where it's like, oh, that happened. That's happening, huh? That's happening on UFC 300. Damn, you're bringing me back. And they're still fighting. Speaking of someone that wants to come back, Mark Hunt. I listened to some of his interview on Ariel Helwani today. Tortured myself through that. I don't think Mark Hunt should compete anymore. The guy is pushing 50 years of age, and he clearly has brain damage. When I was listening to some of that interview, I was like, oh my God, like, how can you sanction a fight with this man? This guy has been in wars. He's a legend. He's a G. He's been in some of the greatest fights. The first fight with Bigfoot Silva was a banger. Second, not so much, but the first one was fantastical. Hunt versus Lesnar too. Dude, that first one was so bad. And then there was the steroid thing and all that. BKFC would take Matt Hughes. Yeah, I mean, you could run it back with Rothwell and Mark Hunt because they fought the first time. They fought once before, so you have Mark Hunt, Rothwell too. But still, I mean, anyone listen to that interview? It is Mark Hunt. He sounds like he should not be fighting. He kept saying to Ariel that he just needs money. Like, this is sad, man. This is really sad. Let me see if I can find some clips while we wait on the big announcement. But I don't need to see it. Like, I like Mark Hunt a lot, man. I would love to see Mark Hunt, with a little left in the tank, throwing bombs and going crazy. But I don't know, man. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Here, let me see if I got some of his. Here he is. Dude, it's sad, man. It's super sad. Mark Hunt says he's interested in competing in bare knuckle fighting. Okay.
Yeah, but what I wanted to talk about was fighting again. So
yeah. Okay, so and when you say fighting, do you mean boxing or MMA?
Well, like I said before, 6 fights to finish. I've had two boxing fights. I'm kind of keen on doing some bare knuckle.
Oh, wow.
I have been talking to.
I mean, could you imagine this dude in bare knuckle? The way he hits and the way he takes. I mean, oh my God, he's gonna get brain damage.
To the company, yeah, I've been talking to the company before a while ago, but it just didn't. We just didn't lock down a deal at all. So but yeah, I'm keen on doing some bare knuckle. I have been, I had a little message with the champ, Mickey Terrell. So maybe we could, we could throw hands together somewhere.
You like that
But,
bare knuckle stuff? It's gruesome stuff. You think that this is good for you?
Well, I mean, no one says fighting is good for anybody, but to be honest, I mean, you got to be kind of dumb to say, well, fighting is good for me. But like I said, what it provides is financial stability, something else. So
Sure.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. He needs the financial stability. I don't know. Start a fucking podcast. You're an interesting dude. Mark Hunt's an interesting dude with a gazillion fights in his resume, and wars, legendary fights. This guy's done it all. I mean, could you imagine let me know in the chat. Would you subscribe? Would you watch a Mark Hunt podcast? Would you subscribe to the channel? Let me know. I mean, I would. Monetize yourself that way. Why get brain damage? I mean, anymore. Actually, you know what? Have him fight Bigfoot again. Bigfoot's got brain damage. Have him beat the fuck out of Bigfoot. Dylan Mulvaney will be cage side for UFC 300. That's actually true. I heard that. Yeah. He might kill someone in bare knuckle. I mean, you would think how hard he hits, but he could also get killed too. And people like Mark Hunt, because he's in wars, I have nothing bad to say about Mark as a fighter. Mark was so much fun to watch fight, and if he was a little bit younger, I would be on board. I'd totally be on board. But I honestly, I don't know if it's worth the brain damage, to be honest with you. Thank you so much, Wiz. Wiz just became a champion. Come on, champ. Thank you, Wiz. Thank you. If you're just jumping in, we're waiting on the big boss man, Dana White, to make the big announcement. We will not stop streaming until he makes that announcement. Until then, we'll talk about some UFC news. So make sure you hit the like button, you share the stream with all your friends, and make sure you tickle my asshole, because I like that. All right, hold on. Let me monetize this. Okay, here we go. Request review. They're not going to review this. I have blue balls in the title, but let's put it in anyway, just for the hell of it. Just for shits and giggles. Okay, there we go. I do think Leon Bilal, I have a feeling that's the fight. I'm thinking. By the way, I'm growing my hair out on the sides. Usually it's not this long over here. Mosshawk's coming back. You guys ready for the Mosshawk? Let me know in the chat. You ready for that? Mosshawk's coming back in the picture. So deal with that. By the way, we dropped some new merch too, so shameless plug. If you'd like to get some swagalicious stuff, we just dropped the Dragon Carnage Premium Fitted Short Sleeve. Crew, check it out over there. Oh, yeah. Established 2016. The Carnage. Get your hands on those while they're still in our store. We also have a hoodie for that, too. Different colors. You could rock with that thing over there. Black looks good with the logo. And then you got this dork in it. I promise you, you'll look way cooler than that guy. Way cooler than that guy. That weird Caucasian on the screen. Okay. Let's look at what else we have here. So anyway, yeah, I don't want to see Mark Hunt fight. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel weird about it. Let's see. Paulo Costa kind of got heat because he was talking about the fight may not even happen now with Whitaker. Asked if his fight with Roberto. Okay, here we go. Now, this might piss some people off. Just saying. And thank you, James Goff. Appreciate you. Any relation to Billy Goff? The great Billy Goff? Where is Billy Goff? When's Billy Goff going to fight again? But yeah, as soon as Dana White drops the news, we're going to talk about it live. We're going to show the video, and we're going to break it down. But I think it's going to be Bilal. I'm going to go with Bilal versus Leon. I'd rather hear about that than no offense to the ladies, but I'd rather hear about that. You're 2 years late to the style. By the time your hair grows, there will be a new style. This style that I have right here, it's been around on my head for many, many years. I mean, my hairstyle is probably older than half the chat. And, I'm going to rock it until the fucking falls out of my head. But, yeah, I'm gonna put it into the Mosshawk. Mosshawk's coming back, baby. Will you tell my son, Nick, I'm sorry. I broke him headphones on accident. Well, you got to learn how to put it in a little bit better. But Kenneth Bridges, his son, let me just say this. Kenneth is very sorry, also known as Dad. He did mean it. So just forgive him, He's the reason why you're here. and you should respect him, and he could always buy you a new pair of headphones, okay? Even if it's your favorite headphones, go Walmart, pick up another pair. So everything's going to be fine, okay? Everything's good. Thank you. I got you. I'm a man of the people. All right, Kenneth's son. Let's see. Chuck Liddell had serious brain damage and fought again. Yeah. And now look at Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell is not even a functional human being anymore. He's like, I'm Chuck Liddell, drink, party, Chuck Liddell. That's all he says now. He doesn't know how to say anything but Chuck Liddell. He's like, yeah.
And is it in Anaheim? Because I had heard maybe it would be in Saudi Arabia too at one point. Is it 100% Anaheim?
I will tell you, I didn't sign yet.
I kind of listen. I think Paulo Costa is a fun-loving guy. He has a very playful Twitter, right? But I got to be honest with you, as just a fan of the sport, I find him very irritating. Like, it's just like, bro, fight. We don't need the comedy act for this long. Just show up and fight. Because that Luke Rocco fight was a banger. The Yoel Romero fight was a banger when he got fucked in the ass by Izzy. It was all right. That wasn't that great. But still, anyway.
What? Really?
They didn't send this email. I'm waiting for email. I don't know what happened. But they say Anaheim. And I'm okay with Anaheim. I like the California people.
Yeah.
I spent a couple months there last year. Like 6 months in Witcher, Anaheim. It's close to Anaheim. It's California.
Anaheim.
County.
Yeah.
And in my coach's house, his name is Greg.
Okay.
He's very nice coach, very good coach. And
Hey, Greg.
The only problem of Anaheim is
Strickland Duplessis prediction. I got DDP, and I am starting to move more in the DDP direction. Let me open this up real quick here. Twitter. I'm starting to move in more in the DDP direction because let me just show you guys this. By the way, this is the big fight announcement over here. This was announced today. McKenna versus Amorin. I had to actually look. I didn't know their names, but there they are. That's the main event of UFC 300. Get ready. Shout out to this man over here, the future of the lightweight division, the man who has been on the show before from Australia. By the way, he has no pants on, so I can't really scroll anymore. His dick is completely out. But this is Tom Nolan, Big Train over here. Go give him a follow on Instagram. Great guy. I asked him what his Twitter was. It doesn't exist. But anyway, he's a good dude. He's fighting this weekend. We'll talk about picks on that. Of course, I'm picking the Big Train over here. It's a massive lightweight. Fought in the Contender Series, was on our program, and looking forward to seeing him compete this weekend. So best of luck to him. MMA-Holes ride with him, okay? Oh, shit, I just showed his dick. Here's Gilbert Burns looking like a lesbian. Did you guys see this yet? Why is Gilbert Burns turning into a lesbo? Nothing wrong with lesbians. I have no problems with that. But why is Gilbert Burns slowly transitioning into a lesbian? Strange. What else we got over here? This happened as well. Sean O'Malley is doing whatever he can to be with influencers, and build his brand. And it's very smart, especially with his demographic being 12. That's what you got to target, right? Because they're going to scream at their parents to buy them the sugar merch. Those kids will grow into adults and grow with you as a fighter and as a champion or as an influencer or whatever you want to call yourself, right? So it's good to have a young audience for sure. And they are, masterful trolls because they have all the time in the world to be on the internet and fuck with people. So it's a great idea. It's a good business move by Sean O'Malley. But as an old fuck like me, watching this makes me yearn for the old days of when Conor McGregor was ripping belts out of people's hands and ripping apart pictures in fucking bars and screaming and yelling, even throwing dollies through bus. I miss that. But here's the new generation of UFC fighter. Let me show you guys this.
Vitaly, you ready for this?
I'm ready, bro.
Now, by the way, Vitaly is a fucking junkie jerk off. Hopefully he's got his head together, but this guy's a wacko, man. The guy's off his rocker. He made his fame back in the day from being the zombie Miami zombie prank thing, but then he got exposed for doing a lot of fake pranks, and then he went to jail. because of his addiction issues and this and that. Hopefully he's okay, but he's an asshole, basically. But here's Vitaly collaborating with Sean O'Malley.
Vitaly, you ready for this?
I'm ready, bro.
Yeah, I think he does porn too. How do you know that, Victor?
3, 2, 1.
Sean O'Malley spins a kick to the belly. Vitaly gets hit so hard that...
Vitaly, you ready for this?
I'm ready, bro.
he shits all over the wall. Dude, I get it. Listen, I'm not that old. I'm old enough to be annoyed by it, but at the same time, I'm still not that old where I'm just like, these fucking kids. I get it. I understand exactly what he's doing. Get that clip. So we're playing it and everyone else and their mother's playing it. People retweet it and say, oh, isn't he so funny? Or people retweet and say, oh, what a fucking asshole. It doesn't matter what you say in the retweet. As long as you are retweeting it, you're sharing it, you're talking about it, right? But goddamn, man. Like, it's just such a sell of the soul, you know? There has to be another way. There has to be another way to be rich and famous. Is this what we got to do, man? Like, listen, I like cringe. Our show is very cringy, but damn, man. I don't know. It's weird. It's super weird. It just seems like it just doesn't feel right, you know? But let me know in the chat what you think. Maybe I'm overthinking this situation. Maybe you guys think it's hilarious. So let me know. We'll get to the DDP Sean Strickland thing, but let me know what's going on in that chat. And we're still waiting on Dana White giving us blue balls right now. Okay, I laughed my fucking ass off. This show is not cringe, says D's. Well, I appreciate that, but we pride ourselves for being pretty cringy. So I think you are lying, but that's okay. It's cringe funny. Okay, so you find it funny. Dat loves that. There's no way Dat One Girl's like, haha, that's so funny. There's no way. I know she's a fan of Sugar, but she probably cringed. Sugar thinks he's Conor, but can't even do good press conference. I don't think he does think. So on the other side, he is not Conor. And he's doing whatever he can to separate himself from the comparison. So I think these videos are proof that he is. I mean, Conor would never do that, right? He does other cringy shit. I think O'Malley's very intelligent, but nah, he's a goober. Yeah, you know what? I bet he is smarter than he comes across, you know, because he does surround himself with very intelligent people. And the moves he's making are getting clicks, you know, retweets, likes, all that stuff. So as a businessman, he's definitely smart. The shit skit was funny. Just hate for there's no way you laughed at that. There's no way. Come on, Dat One Girl. There's no way you laughed at that. Bet still. Hold on. He still gets Alabama 9s. If you were in the stream last night, yes, Alabama 8s was a term thrown out there from Boogie 2988. He tries to be Conor but can't. I don't see that. I think in the Contender series, I saw it. Because I remember calling up Jesse and be like, this kid is like a Conor carbon copy, you know, with the tats, although he did have an afro then. But at that time, he didn't have the clown hair or anything like that. He definitely is pulling away from Conor. I don't see him trying to be like Conor, to be honest. I don't. I got to be honest. In the beginning, I did, but not anymore. So I do give him credit for that. I do feel he's separating. He's trying to be Conor. I don't see that. Why? Because he's got an Irish name. Like I honestly, he's like the polar opposite. If you think about it, what other than the tattoos, but he's got face tattoos, he got the clown hair. Other than the, I mean, I don't. What's the comparison other than being Irish? Like, I mean, they're very different on the mic. They even don't fight the same. You know, they're both strikers, yes, but they fight very differently. Outside social media, their humor is way different. The dude's playing video games. Conor's getting coked up and banging whales. You know, like, but Conor definitely inspired him. Yes. And he's admitted that as well. So in the beginning, I'm sure he had a little Conor during the regional scenes. He's separated that. So I do have to give him credit on that. As much as I'm not a big fan of the new shtick, I get it. Just like Gary. No, Ian Gary's still kind of holding on because he's saying we're not here to take part, we're here to take over. He's trying to separate. Sugar did a little bit better of a job creating his own. He can't even get a Mexico 6. Amazing fighter, just needs to stay focused on fighting than making skits with 38-year-old crack. Yo, Vitali's dude, this guy is a POS, man. It's kind of weird. I don't know how this guy is. I'm glad he's not, but I don't know how he's not dead or in jail. Because if you go down the rabbit hole of Vitali, it's not a good dude, man. He's made some really bad life decisions. And somehow he's still relevant. It's crazy. It is crazy. So, yeah, collaborating with him. But listen, it's going to get clicks. Clicks are the number one thing. You know, like, he's not getting paid what Conor McGregor's getting paid. But outside of the UFC, I bet he's making bank with the Happy Dad and all that crazy shit. The merch, I bet he's doing very well. KC Jones, did you just gift a double championship? Let's go. Thank you so much, KC. Thank you. I don't know who got that, but thank you so much, Casey. You're the fucking man. Sugar's like a hot white girl that surrounds herself around ugly fat girls. Yeah, I can see what you're saying there. See what you're saying. Any bets? Yes. Friday night, we'll be locking in our bets on MyBookie, so we'll be doing that on this Friday's show. We're going to go back to the predictions. By the way, the card that is going down, in case you didn't know, is Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker. That's going down this weekend. And like I said, Night Train's on, and I'm pumped up. Manel Cape, who's been very feisty on the mic lately, he's fighting against Nicolau. Jim Miller is looking to get one in here and try to run it back for UFC 300. So he's looking to jump in. Let's see. Batista versus Samoan's a pretty solid fight. Man, that's a tough one there. Phil Hawes versus Ferreira. Andrei Arlovsky versus Acosta. Not bad. Not a bad card. You got Marcus McGee out of AZ. I gotta reach out to him. And Tom Nolan is the second fight on the card. So Big Train will be. Make sure if you're joining us this Saturday, make sure you get here bright and early for the Tom Nolan, because I'm gonna go spastic on this one. By the way, what's the odds? Let's see. Oh, damn, he's a minus 290 favorite. Shit. Damn, I was hoping the line be a little closer. Yo, they're giving a lot of love to Tom. He's fighting a guy that's 13-5-0. You know, this guy's no joke. You know, this guy's been around the block over here. Guy's a little older, got a little experience. But Big Train 6-0. What's the size difference? 6'3 versus 5'9", 76-inch reach versus a 70.5. Man, Tom is a massive lightweight. So looking forward to seeing him do well. He's a very nice kid, man. Super nice guy. If you put title fights on this card, it would be a pay-per-view, right? It's so true. Card's solid, man. This is a good way to open up the year. Really solid card. Good matchups. Semmelsberger's a fucking animal versus Parsons. That's a really good fight as well. Arlovsky's 40 what, man? This guy, shit, man. He's on a 2-fight skid, 44 years of age. Andrei Arlovsky fighting this weekend as well. So that's going on. Let me refresh the Dana White feed. Dana White just dicking us along. Just dicking us along here. What do you think in the chat? Why do you think he's taken so long to announce this? Do you think because he wants to get this shit trending? I'm sure a ton of people are refreshing. I'm going to check out Twitter again. I'm going to check out the feed and see what everyone's doing. But I think people are just sitting there waiting. John Jones should fight at UFC 300. That would be nice, but he just had another surgery. His elbow. And he's got to let those steroids, kick in. The Pitbull will never retire. Beatbox. He went to dinner. Yeah, you think Dana's having a nice steak, just laughing? Like all these knuckleheads are waiting for this big announcement. The fight was going to announce had a fighter drop out. That's not true. You guys always make me smile. Thank you, Not the Gazarian. Why are you Not the Gazarian? What's that about? Because it's not signed. Yeah, they're still probably trying to put this thing together. So if that's the case, let's speculate. Let's speculate here. Who's the problem? What's the fight? One title fight. Not many options. Is it Leon? Do you think Leon is the guy that's the problem? Do you think it's Bilal? I think Bilal's just game. He's ready to go. Ali Abdelaziz. It could be Leon holding out. You could have Grasso versus Zhang Wei Li, or it could be a complete curveball and Alex Pereira versus someone here. Maybe Pereira is being a little bit of a pain, or because he's the champ, he's got a little leverage. Money is the problem. Yeah, money usually becomes the problem. Leon versus the 7th layer of hair. Yeah. Let's go.
Chat.
The last call.
Is John Jones ducking Tom Aspinall?
Dude, so they are basically selling a fight, right? It's kind of crazy. Like, John, I don't know why John is even entertaining anything Aspinall says. John is the A side, even though Aspinall is your interim champion, and Aspinall probably could kill John Jones. He's a big, scary dude. But I'm sorry, I'm getting all these alerts. I think John should ignore Aspinall, right? Him entertaining this is perfect for Tom. It's perfect. Tom is basically making him look like a pussy, making John looking like he's dodging him, he's ducking him, even though John is going through a surgery. John coming back versus Stipe is ridiculous. I respect Stipe, but come on, man. If you're going to have that interim strap out there and Tom Aspinall is your interim champ, you have to unify. You have to. It's ridiculous. The interim strap was the dumbest thing the UFC did, and I understand they did it to sell pay-per-views, but I hate interim straps. I can't stand them, man. So annoying. Stipe can't even walk. I saw the thing of Stipe where he was walking into the building, and Miocic was walking like a 70-year-old man. Still nothing from the boss. Still nothing from this troll-ass Dana White. Did you guys see this clip? This is pretty funny. This is pretty fucking funny. Dude, deep faking and shit, it's getting really good. This is Saint Denis. Could you believe he said this?
Dustin, you're a fucking coward. Your wife's a hoe, and she has fake tits on her chest, and you're a piece of shit father.
I didn't think Saint Denis had that in him. I really didn't. I didn't think Saint Denis. Did you guys think he said that? You want me to play it again? Could you believe that Saint Denis said that? Here we go. Let's just do it again. A big power slap.
Dustin, you're a fucking coward. You're
Slap News is big power slap news. Yeah. Dana White's just slapping us around. Like I said, I wish we can just separate the two. He could promote power slap, fine, but just stop intertwining it. But I get why he's doing it. Here's Saint Denis.
Dustin, you're a fucking coward. Your wife's a hoe, and she has fake tits on her chest, and you're a piece of shit father. Dustin, you're a fucking coward.
Look at this shit, man. Dude, I had to watch this. I watched this so many fucking times. Dude, how are we doing? AI, deep fakes. Things are getting really weird.
Your wife's a hoe, and she has fake tits on her chest, and you're a piece of shit father.
That's pretty good, man.
Wonderful.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Unbelievable. I can't believe Saint Denis would say that. Unreal. Could you believe that? This is why I am feeling even stronger about DDP getting the job done against Strickland. Listen, it's not like I want DDP to win. To me, either way, we win. DDP wins, I'm happy. Sean Strickland wins, I am happy. I like both guys in different ways. Listen, I want the American to win. Of course I want the American to win. But I got to be honest with you. After the whole up and down thing that went on, the whole daddy thing and the crying and Theo Von, I would be fine with DDP winning. It wouldn't bother me. But here's Sean Strickland, okay? The ABO says Sean Strickland, although being 1 week out from his first title defense, is still heavy sparring, okay? Best job in the world. Here's the thing, guys.
A lot of times I'm the fucking hammer, but there are some days I'm the nail. And goddamn, I love my job. A lot of times I'm the
he's the nail. We're literally, next week, he's fighting. And then Nina Drama puts out this over here. With Sean, by the way, I think Nina Drama could be fucking Sean Strickland. Possibly. It's getting to the point where it's I think Sean might be slipping it in. No? See, this is Grand. I don't know if I could play Grand Theft Auto music, but anyway, there's Sean Strickland. He's riding around the backyard and he brings it into the house. There he goes. There he goes. Beautiful floor. By the way, it's a pretty durable floor. I have the same one. You can do a lot to that floor. But yeah, Sean Strickland. There he is. Go get him, Sean. There he goes. I mean, how could you not like Sean? Right? How could you not like him? But I do think that DDP, Unless Sean does his thing, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sean just keeps that pace up, tires out DDP, keeps the combos flowing, pushes DDP on the back foot, doesn't give him a chance to shoot or try to crack him with something powerful. Just keep pushing him back. Sean's very good at that with the pressure. I don't know. I just, for some reason, think Duplessis is pretty damn good. What he did to Whitaker shocked me. Very much shocked me. So I think Duplessis might be able to get it done. But if this fight goes into the late rounds, I mean, that's Sean's, that's where Sean shines, right? So we'll see. Can DDP finish him, or will Sean go the distance? Anyone in the chat think Sean's going to finish Duplessis? Anyone think that? Anyone have that as a prediction? I don't think that's going to happen. But you never know these days. DDP doesn't have a chance. BS Strickland. Sean is going to murder him in the 4th. Wow, a finish in the 4th. I mean, anything's possible, right? I don't see that as being likely. But I could see Sean winning a decision. Tiring out Duplessis. Winning on the scorecards. Strickland by 3rd KO. Boy, where are you pulling this? It can't be because of the Abus fight. Because that guy is a straight-up can. All Dana has posted is Steve will do a post on his IG. Yeah, so we are keeping an eye on the boss, Dana White. Okay, we're keeping an eye on him. And still nothing from Dana White. He said over an hour ago, we're 41 minutes into this stream, okay? On Jedi's, let's see, Jedi Goodman's post. This was how long ago? This was, okay, so this was, over an hour ago. Dana White said that 20 minutes he will be announcing the fights. There are issues again. We may not get an announcement. Now, listen, I'm going to stay live until we have to. We're going to have to get something here. So I'm going to stay live as long as possible. I'm going to deliver as much news as I can. I'm going to babble as much as I can. So what I ask in return is a like. I appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, how about you hit that subscribe button, okay? Strickland finishes DDP? What? Wow. Damn. Told y'all Dana's busy blowing Jones. Could be. DDP has Rhodesian power. Wow. The Strickland finishing DDP things, that's a pretty interesting prediction, because I sure don't think that's going to happen. I mean, listen, he almost finished Izzy in the first round. Thank you, D's Nuts. 76 likes and 200 people watching. That literally doesn't even compute. I want right now in the chat, if you like the stream, okay, I want you to drop a thumb emoji in the chat if you like the stream, okay? I want to know which people in the chat actually hit that like button, because that doesn't really make sense to me. Ronda Rousey making her return. I mean, if we're waiting this long for an announcement, it better be good, right? Listen, even Bilal versus Leon, I don't want to hear that. If we're going to be waiting this long, that's a good drop. Or a chick fight. I'm sorry, nothing against the ladies, but a chick fight is not something that I want to be sitting around here, waiting around and that's the announcement. Kind of crazy. But let's see who hit the like button over here. Come on, who hit that like? Rob Stone, well, you got a gay name, so it doesn't matter. Let's see. Vince Flexen, a G-Force. Ed Boy, let's go, champs, let's go. Who hit that like button? Yes, that's true. Mods in the chat, please ban everyone that did not hit the like button. Timeout each person in the chat that did not hit the like button, okay? If you want a fresh timeout, I'm going to send the wrenches after you, so you better make sure you hit that like button. I'm not playing tonight. Check the prop for Strickland KO. Let's take a look. Let's take a peek. That should be an interesting bet, right? Immediately time them out. Put the dunce hat on them. How dare they? I don't stand for this nonsense. Don't trigger me. Okay. Okay, Strickland Duplessis. What do we got here? All right, so they only have one prop on my bookie. Come on, my bookie, pull it together. Just the money line? Oh, shit. So far, they just have... So next week, we'll find out the other props. All right, so we just have the money line. So right now, Duplessis plus 100. Guess where my money's going. Do plus money, Essie. Do plus Sessie. Damn. Wow. Strickland getting love. Holy cow. Listen, Strickland looks great. He does. He looks fantastic. He was a big problem for Izzy. I get it, but man, Duplessis just finished Bobby Knuckles like he was like Bobby Knuckles was a trash can. Do we not remember how good Whitaker was? I mean, still is. I mean, Whitaker's still fairly young. Craziness to me. I probably should jump on that plus money before that line changes. I might have to do that. We got a $2 holler. Thank you for the donation, my friend.
I'm willing to bet Khabib comes back for UFC 300.
Do you think that is the problem here? Do you think that the reason why we are waiting so long for this announcement is because we have a banger of a fight that's going to be spit out tonight? Let me know in the chat with ones if you think that's the case. Ones in the chat if you think that Dana White's got a banger matchup, championship fight tonight. He's going to announce it. Do you think he threw a curveball? And maybe Islam Makhachev, who they said was injured and was going to fight later on in the year, maybe they're going to say he's fighting Leon. Super duper fight. God, I hope that's the fight. Leon versus Islam. Ooh, I would love that. But that's probably not going to happen. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate you. Strictly more technical and better coaches. Well, yeah, listen, Eric Nixick is a very, very good coach, and I'm sure he's going to have a solid game plan prepared. Damn, Eric Nixick is on fire. Absolutely on fire, and he's got Ngannou looking to fight Joshua. He is a very good coach. But I think, and especially all these videos that are popping up, I think Strickland is going to over-train for this fight. I think Strickland is going to be still emotional because he did cry. I mean, at the end of the day, my man was crying on a podcast about what DDP said to him. So, I mean, and then DDP's getting plus money. I'd be crazy not to bet that. I'd be crazy. You know? So, listen, Strickland could win. I'm not saying he can't win. Anything is possible. And Strickland looked great against Izzy. If he executes the proper game plan, he should get his hand raised. I don't know about finish him, but he should get his hand raised. I don't know. I just feel DDP is going to do it. Nate versus Conor would be the only epic fight just for the nostalgia. I mean, that's not the only one. That's not the only one. You think Nate Conor is the only nostalgic fight? I mean, come on. I say, I don't know. Maybe they're going to announce Brock versus Fedor. Maybe we're just going to fucking throw it out there for not a regular title, but maybe they're going to say it's for the old geezer legend title. I don't know. What if they just threw another BMF belt out there for Brock Lesnar versus Fedor? Would you accept that? Would you accept that, chat? Yes or no? Just let me know. A nostalgic fight. Fedor actually makes his walk to the octagon. Brock Lesnar is back at 40 plus years of age. 45, how old he is? And they put a fucking BMF belt, a magical, mystical belt that makes no sense. It never made sense. Would that be something? Would you accept that? Or would you rather Bilal versus Leon? The other option is Bilal Leon or Brock Fedor. Okay? What would you rather hear tonight? He's 46? All right, there you go, 46. What would you rather hear? Brock Fedor for a made-up belt or Leon versus Bilal for a real belt? Let me know. That might twist your arm, you know, in the direction of Broccoli Lesnar, yeah.
Super chat.
Without a female BMF, Ronda comes back.
I say normal Nuñez, Esposar 3 to headline UFC 300.
All right, every donation that comes in from this point until Dana White makes his announcement, I want you to give me a matchup, okay? Any donation, whether it's a Super Chat or Streamlabs, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear your matchup. It could be ridiculous. It could be legit. Whatever the fuck's on your mind. That's what I don't want any other donation but that. Thank you so much. Joseph Edrick, appreciate you. Okay. So we spoke about the Sean Strickland training very hard. Are you guys worried about him training hard? A little hard sparring, or you think he's going to be fine? Felony Charles Bennett at 300. Let's go. Take a shot. No, I don't want to be intoxicated for this great announcement. I mean, we're going to be blown away. We're going to be blown away by the announcement. Let's see if there's anything. Nope, still nothing. Oof. All right, let's see what else Jedi pulled. Damn, that's crazy, huh? So I am a little nervous. I gotta be honest with you. This fight could just fall apart. Felony versus Vanderlei 2. Let's go. So Paulo Costa, we didn't hear this. Let's hear the rest of it.
I'd heard maybe he would be in Saudi Arabia too at one point. Is it 100% Anaheim?
I will tell you, I didn't sign yet.
What? Really?
They didn't send this email. I'm waiting for email. I don't know what happened, but they say Anaheim, and I'm okay with Anaheim. I like the California people.
Yeah.
I spent a couple months there last year, like 6 months in Witcher, Anaheim.
What do you got, Slap News? We just posted a Sean Strickland short of him sparring a slap fighter. Where can I see that? Can I get it on Twitter or is it on YouTube? I'll check it out. Yeah, let me know where I can find that.
Close Anaheim. He's California, Orange County.
I like how he says California. He says it like the governor. California.
Yeah.
And in my coach's house.
Who's a bigger cock tease, Paulo Costa or Dana White?
His name is Greg.
Okay.
He's very nice coach, very good.
Oh, hold on, guys. Boys and girls of the chat, we're going to have our first super chat from a person, and this person has a fight announcement, okay? All right? I wish I had a Dana White. Hold on. Can I change? Jess, are you watching? If Jess is watching, can you change it to a dude's voice? Let's have a fight announcements here. The closest we can get to Dana White. That'll be just as fun if she's watching. Let me know in the chat or text me if you're watching the stream. We'll get rid of Jesuan and we'll have some dude. Anyway, here we go. Is this a fight announcement? Let's see. What's up, everybody?
Wonderful.
Here's a donation fight announcement coming in.
DDP gonna make me dollar again like last year. My match to make money. Leon Edwards versus Khabib. He needs his 30-0.
Leon Edwards versus Khabib. There's our first match. There it is. Oh, here's Jess.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Sonosi. Thank you. What do you guys think? Who wins that fight, Leon Edwards or Khabib? I would pick Leon. You know why? Because Khabib was a pussy. He did not want to move up in weight. He doesn't have the gonads that Islam Makhachev has. He doesn't have the same gonads. So I'll go Leon Rocky with the bold spot for the win. Yeah, if you could Jess, if you could change the donation reading voice to a male voice for the fight announcements, we'll get rid of Vishwana.
Super chat.
Jacob dropping in a fight announcement.
Holloway versus Garth J for the BMF at 155 for UFC 300.
There you go. So unfortunately, Max Holloway dismissed that, right? But you just never know. He dismissed it on his live stream. Blessed said it's not going to happen. But Gaethje is without a dance partner. He is. So maybe, just maybe, there might be something that people are saying is not going to happen. And maybe tonight could be the night where we get a bomb dropped on us. And this is why you got to join us on the MMA-Holes live stream with almost 300 in here. We're gonna wait this out until we get the announcement from Dana. We're either going to hate Dana White tonight or we're going to love him. There's going to be a title fight for 300 announced tonight, and we're going to break it here on the show, okay? So make sure you stick around, hit the like button, and let's get those fight announcements in.
You hear that jam?
Bird on Wire with the 5.
Elias Theodore versus Evan Tanner for the DMF belt.
The dead motherfucker belt? Okay. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. You could make predictions. I said matchups. You never know. Dead motherfucker belt. One's in the chat if you're down for the dead motherfucker belt. Thank you, Bird on Wire. Appreciate that. Whew. Oh, it's getting hot in here. Is it getting hot in here? Or is it? It's getting hot. You guys getting hot over there? Okay. Dead motherfucker belt. See, this is what happens when Dana takes his time. Our community, they start matchmaking dead people.
The only problem of Anaheim is the tax, right? California.
Yeah.
Any Rumble Johnson matchups you want to make?
High tax, but they say Anaheim, so I'm very.
Wasn't Justin supposed to fight Charles? Someone please confirm. No, there was no confirmation of that. Well, Charles has got Sarukian, which I like Charles versus Sarukian. I think it's a very good fight. Strickland Showed is on YouTube and TikTok. Okay, let's see. So Slap News. Let's see. Dead motherfucker. The DMF belt. Oh my God. Okay, Slap News. Are we I thought we are subscribed to Slap News. Yeah, we are subscribed to you guys. All right, go subscribe to Slap News. Okay, so here we go. Is there any music on this? Okay, so here we go. This is on Slap News' YouTube channel. This is Sean Strickland sparring a power slap guy. Is there any music on this? Hopefully not.
Decides to mix it up with UFC star Sean Strickland.
Okay. All right. So there you go. Is there a longer clip of this? Does anyone have a longer clip? Man, I would love to watch this. Sean's taking it easy on the dude. Oh boy. Well, listen, power slap guys aren't fighters, really. I mean, there are former fighters, right? King Ryan and some others, right, are out there, are former guys that have trained and stuff like that. But I think for the most part, they're not real fighters. I don't fucking know. I don't know enough about it. Thank you, Ed Boy.
Chat.
Ed Boy, thank you.
Ian Gary's wife versus Juliana Pena.
Okay. Now, that could have been way worse. Thank you. That was a $7.99 donation. I truly appreciate that from Ed Boy. How about Ian Gary versus Ian the Wag's ex-husband? Could do that. That's a good matchup as well. So many good matchups. If you do drop a donation, make sure you put together your dream fight. It could be a DMF fight. It could be the fight that's going to be on whatever you would like to see on UFC 300, okay? Ed Boy wants to see Ian Gary's wife versus Juliana Pena. Who would win that fight? Aldo McGregor, too. I feel like that ship has sailed. No? If Pena comes back, we riot. We riot? Is that what you're saying? Juliana Pena. I tell you what, I'm kind of cringing so hard at next week's co-main event. The Raquel Pennington fight. Like, I don't know. And let me know if I'm off on this. Does anyone else feel that way? Does anyone else feel the same way as me about the fight that's coming up next? Like, if Sean Strickland versus DDP falls off, the pay-per-view could be a complete disaster. $297. Not a terrible card, not the best card. It's an okay card. But could you imagine the main event being the vacated title fight between Pennington versus Buena Silva? Every time I see Raquel Pennington, and good for her for getting a big opportunity. She seems like a nice girl. My buddy met her outside the Garden when he was like doing work for the NYPD. And he has a nice picture of her. Seems like a sweet girl. But I just keep thinking about her just like saying, I don't want to fight anymore. Get me out of here, when she was like quitting. Like, that's all I think about. She was in a title fight and she was literally like, I need to leave. I just don't want to be here anymore. And here she is fighting for a vacated belt. It just doesn't feel right. And then you got Blanca for Street Fighter. Like, it's just a weird thing. I'm so underwhelmed. Maybe it's going to be a banger of a fight, but...
super chat.
Thank you so much, Park Stew.
Ferguson v. Miller. Wonderboy v. Covington.
Okay, Wonderboy versus Covington. Ferguson versus Miller. I feel Miller... You know what? I mean, Miller would probably kill Ferguson, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And I would like to see Covington versus Ian Gary. That's what I would love to see. I would love to see, because Ian Gary's talking a lot of shit. He's a striker, right? Covington wants to fight a striker. Covington has a lot of shit to say about Ian Gary. I think Gary versus Covington is like, that's the fucking fight. So listen, we need Ian Gary to win. I hate to say it. To the Ian Gary haters out there, you don't want him to lose this fight. Because if you lose this fight, the Jeff Neal fight that's coming up, if you lose it, we are losing all fun stuff. Like, we need Ian Gary. Even if you hate Ian Gary, we need him to win this one because it's just going to get crazier if he does fight a Covington or if he fights for the title. He got kicked out of Leon's camp and then he fights Leon. Like, there's so many matchups up in the top that make a lot of sense and are a lot of fun. So we need that. We need that to happen. Thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate it. I see Dana.
Super chat.
Do we have an announcement? Hold on.
2 joints sings Ice Ice Baby for the halftime show.
2 joints sings Ice Ice Baby for the halftime show. Oh boy, I would love that. All right, nothing here. Do we have a fight announcement? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, posted, dude. Okay. All right, you don't look very happy about this. Okay, I'm going quickly. I'm going swiftly. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just jumping into the stream, we are about to put on the announcement, the fight announcement that's going down for UFC 300. You actually like Jeff Neal? I actually don't mind Jeff Neal either, although I don't know. I don't care either. I don't know. I'm either way with him. I look at it this way. If Jeff Neal retired, I wouldn't lose any sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But he's a fun fighter. He's very good. Shavkat kind of beat him up. Let's see. They're saying on Instagram. Let me double check here. Dana White, where you at, boss? And we'll get back to the alerts in a second. Thank you guys so much for the donations. Dana White has 8.8 million followers. Okay, here we go. All right, guys. My heart is beating out of my chest. Here we go. You guys ready? Breaking news.
Everybody, on August 13th, 2019, history was made when Weili Zhang beat Jessica Andrade to become the first Chinese champion in UFC history. Well, guess what? 5 years later, we will see history being made again as Weili Zhang faces #1 contender Yan Jinan for the UFC strawweight title on UFC 300. And this is the first time 2 Chinese contenders have faced off for a world.
Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. Listen, I understand Xiaonan Yan is on a very good roll. She looks very good. She does. And listen, if you're looking at rankings and this and that, okay, you could understand why she is fighting for a strap. Is this going to open the main card? Are you going to open the main card? Are we going to have 5 title fights on this card? If you're opening the main card with the fight, I'm fine with that. Okay? I'm fine with that. If you're going to open the main card, and I love Zhang Weili, don't get me wrong, she's probably, out of the women on the roster right now, she's probably my favorite female fighter on the UFC roster. So I do like her. I have no ill will or hate towards Zhang Weili. But this is UFC fucking 300. So you better be opening up the main card with that shit. You just open the main card. Headline the prelims with that shit. You know? Then I'd be fine. Headline the preliminaries. For fuck's sake. And this is why it bothers me. This is why it bothers me so much. The casual fan, like if this is part of the top 3 on the card, right? If there's 3 title fights, and say if this is the first title fight of the 3, okay? This is UFC 300. If you were to go out in the street and ask any person who either of those 2 young ladies are, they would have no fucking idea. You have to be a legit UFC fan to know Zhang Weili. You have to be a fan of the sport. If you're just even a casual fan of the UFC, If you're just a casual fan, you probably still don't even know who the fuck they are. I mean, especially Jesuan Yan, this girl over here, who we know because we covered the sport. I got to be honest with you. If I was just a casual fan, I would be like, who the fuck is that guy? I mean, come on. Now, we follow it. So we know that the run she's on has been pretty impressive. And it's a big deal, right? She's ranked number 2. China versus China situation going on here. So you got that. Fucking hell. Actually, is she Chinese? I don't even know. Did he say she was Chinese? I don't know. She Korean? I don't want to get that mixed up because then I would get canceled. Anyway. Fucking hell. Dude, I hate this. And I knew it, man. I said it was either a chick fight or it's going to be Bilal versus Leon. Oh, I'm like livid. I shouldn't be mad. I shouldn't be fucking mad because we knew this was going to happen. She's as Chinese as Izzy. It annoys me so much.
All right, everybody, on August 13th, 2019.
This is what you had us waiting for? You couldn't lock this up? This is it? Now, tomorrow's going to be more fights. Dude, this is UFC 300.
History was made when Weili Zhang beat Jessica Andrade to become the first Chinese champion in UFC history. Well, guess what? 5 years later, we will...
Guess what? Man, I've been waiting for this.
See history being made again as Weili Zhang faces number 1 contender, Yan Zhenan.
I thought she was number 2. It says on our profile she's number 2. Who even gives a fuck? Yan Zhenan. Who cares?
On for the UFC strawweight title on UFC 300. And
you might as well mention just a power slap fight instead. You know what? I would have been more excited if you had a fucking power slap fight on there. This is UFC 300. First off, get the women off the fucking card. Get them off the fucking card. It's UFC 300. This card's going to be so fucking stacked from top to bottom. Every fight's going to be a banger, and maybe this will be a good fight. But this does not belong on a nostalgic-ass card. Infuriating. Dude, this is UFC 300. Save this shit for another pay-per-view. Make it a filler fucking championship fight. You know what? Make this fight headline a fight night. Like you've been doing with women's MMA. You've been taking their fucking belts and putting it at top of the fucking fight nights. UFC 300. Shit must be all falling apart. You got the matchmakers trying to pull shit together. They're trying to announce stuff. You got Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua. That was announced. And you come back with Zhao Nanjian, Xinjiang Jun versus Xinjiang Vang versus... No one knows who they are! No one knows! No one knows! No one cares! And I like Zhang Weili. I'm not trying to shit on her. But fuck!
Super chat.
Doherty versus Nuñez nuts for the undercard.
We changed our voice. There you go. Thank you.
Super chat.
Thank you. Fucking hell.
Shavkat versus Makhachev.
Shavkat versus Makhachev. That's a good fight. I like that fight. Thank you. What do you guys think of the new donation voice? Thank you, Terry. Appreciate Terry. 7 months, been a member. We got breaking news, guys. We'll talk about some more. I'm just catching up on alerts. I'm like legit fucking pissed. Mas losing social credit points. Nothing against. Is anyone excited about this? Listen, I'm a fan. Like I said, out of all the women on the roster, Zhang Weili is easily my favorite to watch compete. She's a beast. She's a beast. I don't want it on 300. I'm sorry. I don't need it. And I'm sure if I put a poll up, it would be lopsided in the direction of favoring me. I don't want to put the poll up because I don't want to. And who in the chat is pumped that Zhang Weili is on a card? And you know what? She's fighting Zhao Nanjian. Like, who gives a fuck? No one knows who she is.
Super chat.
It's craziness.
Patricio Pitbull UFC debut at UFC 300 versus Josh Emmett.
I would take that. Yeah, sure. Put that on there. Put that on there. I'm into that. Thank you, Travis. Appreciate you. Thank you, Dark Matter. Been a member for 21 months. Thank you guys for the donations. Memberships. Yeah, Grasso versus Zhang. I wouldn't have argued. I would have not complained. If you made that fight happen and we have a chance for history when it comes to the belts, a belt against belt, a champion versus champion. Yeah. But what this leads me to believe is Grasso is going to be saved for the Mexico card, right? The Mexican Independence Day card. They're probably going to put her back on that. I would guess. I have no problem with that fight. You know, I don't really need a women's MMA fight on the card. I'd rather not. But if it is Zhang versus Grasso, sure. But instead, we have Zhang Weili versus Xiaonan Yan, the who gives a fuck fight on UFC 300. Hopefully, this fight headlines the prelims. You know? They should have found a way to put Cyborg in. Oh, my God, that would have been amazing. Chris Cyborg back in the UFC. And by the way, Amanda Nuñez is out of retirement. They're going to run it back on UFC 300. Yes. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about UFC 300 here. This is just fucking nonsense.
This is the first time two Chinese...
Dude, no one's buying this shit. No one said you're going to fucking... I guess you don't give a shit about pay-per-view buys. No one's paying for this.
Contenders have faced off for a world title.
So what's it going to be? What is it going to fucking be? Xiaonan Yan versus Weili Zhang. Is going to be Bilal Leon and Pereira versus your mother's pussy? Like what are we doing? This doesn't feel right. This doesn't, you can't fucking hype this shit up and then be pulling this shit.
Why is this such a badass fight?
Why is this? He doesn't even fucking buy it. Why is this such a badass fight? Fucking guy. He knows. He's pissed. This is a fallback plan. This is a fallback plan. You mark my words. This fight was not supposed to happen. This was their backup plan. They couldn't lock in the deal yesterday when they were supposed to announce something. They couldn't lock it in today. Now they fell back. That's exactly what happened here. Guaranteed. Lock it up. The announcement.
19, history was made when Weili Zhang beat Jessica Andrade to become the first Chinese champion in UFC.
They probably did this 400 times. They probably Dana's I can't fucking pretend I like this shit. I can't believe I'm doing this.
History. Well, guess what? 5 years later, we will see history being made again as Weili Zhang faces #1 contender Yan Jinan.
Yan Jinan. Dude, when I heard Weili Zhang, I'm thinking, all right, Grasso's next, right? Yan Jinan. What?
The UFC strawweight title on UFC 300, and this is the first time two Chinese contenders have faced off for a world title.
Yeah.
Why is this such a badass fight?
What?
For a world title.
He knew we were going to ask the question.
Why is this such a badass fight?
What did you say, Dana?
Faced off for a world title.
Yeah.
Why is this such a badass fight? Let me tell you why. Weili Zhang has 19 finishes and 24 wins. That's an 80% finish rate.
We know why she's good. We know that. We fucking know that, bro. We know that. You don't have to sell us on Weili. Sell us on the other one. Let me hear this.
She is tied for second most title wins in strawweight history, and she was involved in arguably one of the greatest fights ever versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
He is so upselling this. He is so trying to force everyone to believe that he gives a fuck about this. This is a fallback plan. Guaranteed.
Her last fight was...
yeah, a little giggle in there. It's could you... I can't believe I'm even saying this to you guys.
Her last fight was the most dominant statistical win ever in UFC women's history against Amanda Lemos. She outstruck her...
Lemos? Isn't it Lemos? Lemos? Like she's lame? Is that what you're saying?
Lemos. She outstruck her 288-21 in that fight.
Boy, oh boy, Francis Ngannou's giggling right now. He's like, this is what you come back with. I announced fight against Anthony Joshua, and this is what you come back with.
She landed the most strikes on the ground by
You got rid of the fucking baddest man on the planet, and this is what you're putting together.
a UFC strawweight.
And it's listen, we're shitting on you because you fucking you shoved this up our ass, saying how great. I don't know what fight am I excited about?
Ever. Now, Yan is the first Chinese female ever signed to the UFC. She's got the most head strikes landed in a single UFC strawweight fight ever.
Hold on a second, guys.
Aw, super chat.
Hold on a second. We're gonna.
Kamzat versus Canadier.
Kamzat. Oh yes, I like that. Yo, don't sleep on Jared, baby. Jared Cannonier may look old. Oh, not look old. He looks young, actually, but he may be pushing 40 years of age. But that guy's got a lot left in the tank.
Aw, super chat.
Thank you so much, boys and girls. Justin M. coming in.
The only good thing is seeing most lose his shit. Funny stuff, crack me, you might need smash a gummy. Cheers, mate.
Thank you, Justin M. I didn't think I was going to fucking get triggered. I didn't, but this genuinely upsets me. I am not thrilled about this at all. I wanted an announcement last night like you promised. Nothing happened. They couldn't pull it together. Then we're waiting tonight. I was literally, listen, if you even gave me Leon versus Bilal, I'd be fine. I'd be fine with it because honestly, Bilal follows us on X. So, hey, I'm in. Let's go, Bilal. Win the belt, baby. I could say a champion follows me. That's fantastic. But I feel kind of blindsided right here. Let's get back into the announcement.
Strikes landed in a single UFC strawweight fight ever. And she is
let's hear the stat. What is the stat?
Strawweight ever. Dominant statistical win ever in UFC women's history against Amanda Lemos. She outstruck her 288-21 in that fight. She landed the most strikes on the ground by a UFC strawweight ever.
Now, that fight wasn't a good fight. Was it? It was all right. I mean, it was pretty fucking lopsided. Pretty lopsided to me. And I like Zhang Weili. I mean, I'm a fucking fan. I like Zhang Weili a lot. I think she's awesome.
Now, Yan is the first Chinese female ever signed to the UFC.
That I fucked. That would be so amazing if that's what
Chinese female ever signed to the UFC.
That I stuck my dick in.
Ever. Now, Yan is the first Chinese female ever signed to the UFC.
That gave me a hand job.
Strawweight ever. Now, Yan is the first Chinese female ever signed to the UFC.
That sucked my foreskin off my cock.
She's got the most head strikes landed in a single UFC strawweight fight ever. And she is coming off a first round.
What's the stat? What's the stat?
Ever. And she is coming off a first round knockout against Jessica Andrade in under 3 minutes, which, by the way, she was a 2-1 underdog in that fight.
She was. That's true.
And she has 8 first round knockouts.
It's not bad for a chick, right?
This fight has badass written all over it. So, there's one of the title fights for UFC 300. I will have at least 2 or more for you tomorrow.
Now, is it a bad fight? No. If this was on a pay-per-view, a normal pay-per-view, right, and it was the co-main event, I got to be honest with you. This co-main event, way better than this. Way better than this. Light years better, in my opinion, right? But this is UFC 300. And I think with UFC 300, we need something special. Now, if the UFC, this is how the UFC could fix it. If that title fight is the first fight on the main card or the last fight of the prelims to lead into the pay-per-view, that would be such a G move by the UFC because there's so many bangers on the card that they are opening up with a title fight. Okay. Maybe we can do something here. We still have to see the rest of the card, but I still don't like the announcement. And all this, it's just forced. It just feels forced. Let's see the comments over here. Let's see what people are saying. Actually, they probably posted on UFC. Probably posted this too right now. I'm sure it's on here. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. Listen, I'm a fan of the UFC. And I'm a fan of Dana White. I have nothing against Dana White. And he's a promoter. There you go. There it is, baby. The title fight. I'm sorry, though. I still think that Zhang Weili looks like a Chinese Conan O'Brien. And there's nothing you can do to change my mind about that. So if you're watching on the replay, let me know what you think about that. But I do see it every time I look at her. But she is adorable. And Conan O'Brien's the GOAT. Let's see. UFC. I want to see the comments. Okay. Update. Actually, here we go. Dana White's post. Here's wait a second. Damn Sausage, what are you doing? You getting oiled up over there for this fight? Oh boy, Sausage is jerking off to the fight. I would have went to bed an hour ago, Dana. This is what we waited for. Have a lovely evening, everyone. No, I don't think I will. Dude, oh my God, I wish I was a fly on the wall as Dana was scrolling through the comments over here and just crying because he couldn't get the original fight that he wanted to announce. You made us wait 2 hours just for this embarrassing. No way you made us wait mad long for this trash. Me watching 1 minute and 43 seconds of Dana White talking up this fight. Dude, the internet is amazing. They're amazing. Oh, this is just glorious. This is just glorious. Look at this. What else do we have here? I'm convinced he doesn't have shit for 300. Bro really made us all wait for this for a WMMA announcement. I love Wei Li, but bro, well said. I'm the same way. I love Wei Li too. I'm a fan of her, and on the roster, she's probably the top for me, right? As a female fighter. I just don't give a shit about this matchup being on this card. Let's see. Bro got everyone hyped for this shit. Legit, UFC 299 is better than UFC 300. Ha! 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 I mean, it could very well be better. Yeah. Craziness, man. Not one positive comment here. There is no way to get me excited to watch two Chinese women fight each other. I'm sorry. What does it have to do with them being Chinese? You can say every opponent they have fought died in the octagon, and I still wouldn't give a fuck. Bro, what is it, you racist fuck? Dude, what is, dude, no chill. No fucking chill. This guy, what is this guy? Johnny Forfaro. This guy. Dude, what is wrong with this dude? What is wrong with you? Free Palestine. Okay. No comment. Bro, that guy just went to Twitter and said that. And if that's his real, if he's actually showing him his real self, you got balls, my friend. We didn't need an announcement video for this little bro. Try not to laugh challenge impossible. Dude, yeah, the look on his face says it all. If you're just jumping in, we just played the announcement from Dana White. I'm scrolling through the comments right now. I'm scrolling, and it's Zhao versus Zhang Wei Zhu Van, who fucking Theo Von, who I don't know. Theo Von Wei Li versus Zhang Jingjun. I don't know. But every comment is negative underneath the thing. So we are not the only ones here. Okay? We are not the only ones being too hard on this announcement. It's terrible. Made us wait for this. LOL. Go fuck yourself. No way you made us wait for this. I hate you. This guy over here. Connie, would you rather be born with one leg? And there's some buffering. Here we go. It's the Penguin. Looks a little upset. I got Yan versus Zhang at UFC 300. So, all right. So, what the fuck you saying, bro? Are you what? All that stressing just for this announcement. Haha. Although I do think that is going to be a good fight. Probably going to be like 3 title fights on 300. So this will most likely be the first title of the night. I would imagine. Yes. I don't think it's the co-main. I definitely don't think that's the main event. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're jumping in, Dana White has the announcement. It is in. It is locked. It is loaded. And this is on UFC 300. That is the fight, the title fight that was announced. So if you go to Tapology. So Tapology has Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad there. Let's see if they updated it. Not yet. But they still have him as an unconfirmed rumor. So, if they announce Bilal versus Leon Edwards tomorrow, And the fight that they just announced now, would that get you stoked? Right off the bat, we have Yuri Prohaska versus Rakic. I like Yuri, but I feel like Rakic is going to kind of fuck that fight up. Charles Oliveira versus Sarukian, banger. Good fight. Great fight, actually. Cater versus Sterling, I have interest. Am I blown away by it? No, but okay. The return of Bo Nickel, let's be honest. You put him against anyone. Bo Nickel's there. He's an interesting guy. Yes, he should easily win this fight, in my opinion. But regardless, it's Bo, right? So, okay. All right. I don't like the fact that they gave Bo a bunch of options, and Bo Nickel says, I'll take Cody Brundage. So I guarantee the other options that were thrown at Bo were way more interesting than Cody Brundage. Guaranteed. But Bo probably took the easiest guy, rightfully so. He's only got 5 professional MMA wins. So, okay, you're trying to do what's right for you. But as a fan, a selfish fan, probably was a better fight out there that he turned down. This is your card so far. Not Leon versus Blau. That's not confirmed yet. This is your card so far. And get ready for the co-main event next week. Raquel Pennington versus Mayra Bueno Silva. Boy, oh boy. $299 looks good. What is the main event of UFC 300, says Kenny. There is no main event yet. We have a confirmation of a title fight over here. Zhao Nanyan versus Zhang Weili, or Weili Zhang, whichever order you want to put it in. That is on the card, but not the main event. Unless we get banger tomorrow, I give up on 300. I got to be honest with you. I think 300's a bust. I do. There's not much, unless there's something nostalgic they put on there that's just a complete curveball. I need a couple of nostalgic things on there. Little throwback fights. Conor's off, so that's out the window. And maybe maybe the up and down of emotions, where is Conor on it, is Conor off it, maybe that's deflated us a little bit. But if you fucking slide in a Brock Lesnar out of nowhere, or even a Ronda, I'll even take Ronda. You slide in a Ronda Rousey out of nowhere. I'm in. I know they're way past their primes, but I just need a little bit more nostalgia. I need something there. Or if Pereira does fight for a third belt, if that happens and they just sling a curveball at us and that goes down, all right. But I don't know, like, Pereira defending. Hold on a second. Okay. What are you putting him against? What do you put him in? Unless you make Izzy move up, but he's coming off a loss. Sean Strickland just kind of murked him. So I got to be honest with you. Izzy going up and fighting at light heavyweight versus Pereira, that's not it, bro. There's really nothing there. So even Pereira on this card, I just don't know what you do. And we've seen it a bunch of times versus Izzy. It's interesting. But he just came off a loss. Why are we giving him a title fight at another weight class? And you got Yuri's already fighting, what's his name? Face Rakic. Magomed Ankalaev is fighting this weekend versus Walker. God, I hope Walker wins. That'd be great. Probably not going to happen. Jamal Hill's still injured. I mean, is Jamal good? The dude looks like he's 400 pounds. I don't know. Maybe if you can get Jamal back in there versus Pereira, I'm interested. But could you imagine this? Like Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill, which is a great fight. It's a good, really solid fight, but that's the headline for 300? You know what I'm saying? This is UFC 300. It's not just a normal pay-per-view. It's a really good fight. I don't know if that gets me going. Man, I was hoping that once we hit the title fight or the main event of UFC 300, like I want my dick hard. Hard as a rock. Like, yeah, baby. So what are they going to put there? Is Leon versus Bilal going to be the one? If you could do Leon versus Makhachev, if you could put that together, which Islam is most likely fighting in the summer, but if there's some fucking thing out there where you can make that happen, that's your main event. That's interesting. Now you got my attention, but I can't think of a main event here unless they throw. Listen, I'll be honest with you. If you make the main event a non-title fight and it's Brock Lesnar versus Fedor, bro, everything is fixed. Everything's fixed. It's the circus I need. And it's just such a fan-friendly, a fan service fight to throw out there. That's how you fix this. I don't give a shit about a title fight in the main event. Give me something fun. Give me something good. Don't fucking just piece things together and say, well, the whole card is stacked. This is UFC 300, motherfucker. I mean, 200, you had Anderson versus DC, and that wasn't even supposed to happen, but still, it's, it's something. Brock Lesnar did fight on that card. There's got to be something there. Something. Give me something. Let me know in the chat what you think as we're trying to digest this announcement tonight. Joe Rogan versus Wesley Snipes? I'll take it, baby. Islam said his plans is to fight Gaethje in the summer. Yeah, I think Islam is injured from what we hear. It does sound like that. I think that's confirmed. Nick Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. Listen, I like that. That's not it. But hey, you could put it on the card. Not the main event. Brock Lesnar sells pay-per-views. Listen, if you put Brock and fucking Fedor in the main event, dude, I mean, no title, just fucking, have those two fucking, just the walkouts alone. Come on. Fedor finally steps into the octagon. One of the most legendary heavyweights with nostalgic reasons. I mean, not the greatest heavyweight of all time, but one of the fun heavyweights, right? Brock Lesnar, just the name alone. Elon Musk versus Zuck. Yes. Put that in there. I'm good with it. It's 300, baby. Yes. They hit us over like that. Give me a novelty fight. I'm down. I'm fucking down, baby.
Wonderful.
We got Bird on Wire with a 2.
I'm definitely illegally streaming this bitch.
Oh, man. Oh, man. It seems like a borrowed stream type of card so far. It's not done yet, but it does feel like that. I don't know where the juice is going to be. It's going to be a good card, right? But not a UFC 300 good card that we were promised. Has Bula versus Beetlejuice? Book it. We built Brock Lesnar home. We built Brock Lesnar's home in Alexandria, Minnesota. Let's go. Is that true? It's like, wow, that's out of the blue. Fedor's the greatest heavyweight of all times. Like, could you imagine? Listen, Fedor, way past the prime. 50 years old. But could you imagine that man trotting to the fucking cage? The last emperor going to the fucking octagon? Come on, man. It would be amazing. Next announcement is another chick fight. I'm going to lose my effing mind tomorrow night, baby. We're getting some more announcements. Mike Tyson versus Tyson's dad. Tyson Fury versus Mike Tyson. You know what? I fucking take it. Yadasa, give it to me. All right, this is what I'm going to do. In the comment section down below, okay? The comment section down below, I need you guys to do me a favor. I want you guys to put your main event fight. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a fantasy fight. It could be an actual really matchup that could happen. A title fight, non-title fight. I don't give a shit. What you want for the main event in the comment section down below. I'm getting out of here. I don't know how I fucking feel about this. I want to vomit. This is ridiculous. Hopefully tomorrow we got better news. But guys, we'll see you Friday night for the Fuqua Friday show. And this Saturday, we're going to be live for our return to Fight Buddies for Ankalaev versus Johnny motherfucking Walker. It's going down. So picks are going to be on Friday. I want to see all you guys back on Friday night. And don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA-hole. Good night.
This is #1 bullshit.